During an interview with NBC News' Kristen Welker this past weekend, Republican Congressman Don Bacon of Nebraska was forced to admit that even after more than a year of investigating President Biden, they haven't found any evidence whatsoever that President Biden was involved in any crime at all. But, Bacon says, don't you worry, because that doesn't mean we're giving up this impeachment probe. Oh, God, no. We're still going full steam ahead, even though our own lawyers have told us we've got nothing. Here's how that exchange went down. Bacon said, quote, "When I talk to the lawyers on the committee staff, they say at this point there's not a specific crime that's been committed." So Kristen Welker then asked, based on what you're saying, is it time to drop it? Right? Fair question, right? You just told me that even your lawyers are like, hey, guys, we've been doing this for over a year. We don't have anything, there's nothing there. So Welker says, is it time to drop it? And Bacon, who just seconds before admitted they've got nothing, said this: "I don't know if it's time right now, but I do think we're probably nearing the conclusion of this investigation. And I think it was important for the American people to see that, yes, there's $24 million in foreign money that the family raised and all the hidden LLCs that the money was moved around. But that within itself is not a high crime or misdemeanor." And for the record, they actually don't even have any evidence to back up those claims that there was $24 million in foreign money that was going through these LLC shell companies. They don't even have evidence of that. And Bacon admits that, yeah, even if we did have evidence of it, that's still not a crime. But I actually am going to agree with something Bacon said there, right? This was important for the American people to see. Yes, it was. And on behalf of every registered Democrat in this country, I would like to thank you, Bacon, and your fellow Republicans in Congress for completely vindicating President Biden. I couldn't have done a better job myself, right? So thank you all very much for proving that President Biden, whether you love him or hate him or anything in between, has not committed any crimes. Okay? That's good. The American public deserves to know that. And for the record, the Democratic Party probably needs to take snippets of that interview and go ahead and put them in ads running across the country, pointing out the fact that Republicans have not only wasted more than a year investigating President Biden only to come up with absolutely nothing, but also the fact that they're still not stopping. That's the funniest part. They're openly telling us there's nothing there. We have nothing. We can't even back up the crazy claims we're still making. But by God, we're still going to make them. We're still going to waste your tax dollars. We're not going to actually pass legislation because, as we all know, last year, Congress only passed 23 bills, the least amount of bills ever passed in a session for the House of Representatives ever. So this is worse than those do-nothing Congresses of the past. I mean, I've been doing this for 20 years, folks. There have been multiple times over that 2-decade span that I have been in progressive media where we've talked about a do-nothing Congress. Oh, they only passed 80 bills this year. This group hasn't done any of that. Right? They're at a quarter of that. And it's getting worse this year. They've passed even fewer bills by this point this year than they had last year. I mean, at the end of this year, they're going to be looking at the 23 they passed last year and be like, wow, that was really productive compared to the 2 we got this year. And instead, they're wasting their time on stupid investigations that they're now openly admitting to you are going absolutely nowhere. But they'll be damned if they're going to stop them now.